Subject-wise competences for primary classes. Kindly subscribe this channel, click on the subscribe button for this one, and don't forget to tap the bell icon. First, we will discuss here the competences under the language. In language, the primary children are learning English as well as Hindi. In Hindi, it is told as Bhasha. So let us discuss here what are the competences under the language section. First of all, listening, then speaking, then reading, then writing. Under writing, they are learning another three subcompetencies such as textual, grammar, creative writing. Then they are learning spelling, and then at the last they are learning handwriting. And in Hindi, they are told as listening, Shravan, speaking as Kathan, reading as Pathan, writing as Lekhan, textual Pathyadharit, grammar Vyakaran, creative writing Srijnatmak Lekhan, spelling Vartani, and handwriting as Sulekh. Every competency has some sub-competencies. Let us learn the sub-competencies under different competencies. First of all, we will learn the sub-competencies under listening. Under listening, first sub-competency let us learn as attentiveness. The child has to listen attentively. Then understanding, after listening to the topic or any story, whatever the matter, the child has to understand. Next, responding. After listening, the child has to respond by nodding the head or by answering simple questions. Then recognition of sounds. When somebody is speaking something and the child is listening, at that time the child has to recognize various sounds uttered by the speaker. Then enjoying. After listening, the child has to enjoy what the speaker is speaking. Then make prediction. The child has to predict, or the child has to find out what is going to happen the next topic. Now, let us deal with the sub-competencies of speaking competency. First, pronunciation. The main aspect of speaking is pronunciation. The learner has to pronounce the sounds properly. Next, expression. While speaking, a learner has to express his or her ideas in a better way. Then, interaction. Interaction or discussion takes place between two or more people. Hence, a learner has to acquire the skill of conversation. Next, pace and value. We can also say it modulation of voice. As per the theme, the voice should change in speed and sound. Then tone and stress. A speaker needs a clear tone so that everyone can understand. Stress is a part of speaking where a speaker pays emphasis. Next, questioning. It is a technique to raise questions such as yes or no or double H questions. Next, we're going to deal with competence. A good speaker needs confidence while speaking. Next, posture. The speaker needs a correct way of standing or sitting while speaking. A good posture reflects a dynamic personality of the speaker. Next, eye contact. There should be eye contact with the audience or the listeners, hence it should be acquired. Next, clearly and fluently. Speaking should be clear and fluent for understanding. Next, description. The learner has to describe a picture or an event properly. Now, we are going to discuss the sub-competencies under reading competency. First, pronunciation. While reading, pronouncing the sounds properly is highly useful. Next, identification. Identifying uppercases, lowercase letters, words, stories, prose, poetry, etc. is highly essential for a learner. Next, intonation. Intonation means it deals reading with rise and fall of voice. Next, we are going for eye span. It is referred to the amount of text someone takes in with the eyes for each stopping. It helps speed reading. Next, loud and silent reading. Loud reading helps in rectifying pronunciation, whereas silent reading helps in understanding and energy saving. Next, understanding. Understanding is an aspect of reading. Without understanding, reading is valueless. So, reading with understanding is highly necessary. Next, we are going for adjust directionality. Reading from top to bottom and left to right. It is an aspect that every learner has to acquire it. Next, distinguishing. Distinguishing between various contents and vocabulary is a needy competency under reading. Now, we are going to deal the subcompetencies under writing competency. First, identifying. This is to help students to identify letters, words, sentences, paragraphs, etc. Next, position. It plays a vital role while writing. Sitting with the correct posture is highly needed. Holding the paper or copy with the correct position helps in good writing. Next, holding pencil or pen. Holding pencil or pen in a tripod technique is highly needed to have a better and speedy writing. Next, direction. While writing, a learner has to write left to right or top to bottom. Next, spacing. Proper space should be given between words, sentences, and paragraphs for a better view and comprehensive reading. Next, neatness and legible. Writing neat and fair is a good aspect. Letters and words should be visible properly. Next, letter size and height. Letters used while writing should have a regular width and height for a better view. Direction of strokes. While writing alphabets, a writer has to draw the strokes in a proper way so as to write legibly. Next, vocabulary. A writing is valuable with simple and improved vocabulary content. Next, description. Describing a topic or picture or an event with imagination and reality is an aspect of writing. Next, creative writing. Creative writing helps children to put forth their imagination and experience. Next, grammar. Every writing should be grammatically correct for a healthy comprehension. Spelling. It plays a pivotal role for better representation. Wrong spelling can yield wrong message. Drawing. Drawing takes place a vital role to represent diagrammatically comprehension. Next, handwriting, the main aspect of writing. It reflects a good personality, hence it should be improved from a tender age. Remember, learning language takes place with 4 useful aspects: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Shortly, LSRW. Now, let us deal with the competencies under mathematics. First, forming numbers correctly. It is highly reflective in lower primary classes as the children are acquainted with numbers and their formation. Next, knowledge. It is based on the aspect of remembering and previous knowledge. Next, understanding. Understanding is based upon the grasping of basic concepts of mathematics. Next, AC, or it is also called as ability to compute. It is based on child's ability to make quick and correct calculations. Next, problem solving ability. In short, it is called as PSA. It is based on child's ability to solve day-to-day problems. Under EBS subject, the 3 main competencies are observation and reporting, identification and classification of facts. Observation and reporting is based on pictures, maps, tables, diagrams, reporting and narrating an event or process. Identification and classification. It is based on identifying group of objects, similarities, differences, classification, comparison, etc. Next, discovery of facts. It is based on map recording, data interpretation, analysis, hypothesis, drawing, inferences, etc. Kindly comment your queries and suggestions. Thank you for watching.